Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 11. You guys, I know I'm late, but I'm here. Yesterday, October 11th, was a very emotional day for me, along with the rest of my family. If you don't know, my grandmother passed away last year, the day after Christmas, and her birthday was October 11th. So it would have been her 83rd birthday. So when I tell you it has been beyond emotional, like, not to say emotional would be an understatement, it has been a very devastating blow for our family. She was just such a light, like, her personality was just beautiful, beautiful woman, just, oh my God, like, honey, if I'm the doll, honey, she is the OG doll. Like, she was that girl, okay? So I already knew I was gonna be late with this video. My cousin wanted to do a little memorial, like a little memorial celebration. You know, she had gotten a table for us at a rooftop, so we went to like celebrate my grandma's memory, and it was just nice to be out and be with family and just reminisce about the good times, you know. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Thank you all for not ripping my head off for being late for this recap. I enjoy these recaps, you guys. I don't like being late. I like being on time. So trust me, like, while I was out, you know, while I was celebrating my grandma, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna be late with this Potomac recap. I'm gonna miss it. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. I knew I was gonna do it. But here we are, guys. Thank you for understanding. Y'all are the best. Cheers. And let us begin. So I'm going to do something a little bit unorthodox, and I'm going to start with the last scene of the episode, okay? We're going to talk about that one first. We see Monique waiting for her pastor and her first lady to discuss the events that went down, to talk about the fight that she started at the wine cellar with Candace. I wanted to shake Monique's pastor's hand because I thought he did an excellent job breaking it down for Monique and also not buying the BS that she was trying to sell him. He saw right through her little spiel. He saw right through her BS. Monique sits down. Here come the tears. Here come, you know, her version of events, which are all lies. And she starts off by saying she can't believe that a person, you know, she considered a friend, you know, provoked her enough to get her out of her normal character. The pastor and the first lady is looking at her like, okay, girl, keep going. So then she discusses how she's had, you know, some rage built up in her. And then she talks about how this person, referring to Candace, is manipulative. So I said, okay, girl, you're going to sit up here and lie to your pastor, but okay. And even Chris was looking at her with such disdain, like, girl, you are just lying. So the pastor, you know, after he, you know, he listens to her, and then he, you know, stops her, and he lets her know that nobody can, you know, get you out of character. You have to take accountability because, you know, that's not her fault. That's your fault. So already I'm like, this pastor has it going on because he was not letting it slide. Then the waterworks really come out, and Monique starts talking about how she's tired of feeling criticized. Of her past, she was bullied. So her pastor brings up about, yeah, how she's always had to fight, how she's always been in survival mode, how, you know, yes, she's always, you know, she's been bullied. But when he really brought her down to size, when he said, the true reason why you're angry is because these women of Potomac are not impressed with you. Because when Monique stepped into the scene, she thought and assumed that they were going to be enamored with her. She especially thought that Gizelle was going to be just her new best friend. We don't have to beat around the mulberry bush about it, folks. That's just what it is. it is clear that Monique was very hurt when Gizelle was not here for her and did not care for her friendship and was just like, I don't care for this girl. I think that she's a phony. I think that she's a fake. Monique also did an interview 3 days ago with People magazine. And she states in the interview that Candace didn't deserve that beatdown. She now feels remorseful. And then she said something that was really alarming to me. And she said it on this episode too, when she said that was 36 years of rage pent up in me. That's kind of disturbing to me. I find that very alarming to say that you have 36 years worth of rage built in you. If you have all this hidden rage, your behind needs to be in front of somebody's therapist on somebody's couch. You need to be in a psych ward, to be completely honest, if we're really telling the truth. I get the impression now, looking back on everything, that Monique is really upset that having 4 homes, having the most money, having, like the picture perfect family, and that not winning a lot of the women over, that is very upsetting to her. Gizelle may not have a lot of money, but Gizelle has a certain amount of influence in the community that Monique wants. Monique desires it. When you think about it, Candace is actually in with Robyn and Gizelle. They got off to a rocky start, but Candace and Robyn actually like Candace and they don't like Monique at all. And they didn't like Monique from jump. So I think that it is a little layer of jealousy there, because think about it. You are a new person. These people shun you. Then a new friend joins the group. And at first they're kind of funny to her, but then they eventually accept her. Gizelle and Robyn eventually accepted Ashley. And I think that she's just really upset that they just never came around and accepted her at all. Never liked her. At the most, they barely tolerated her, and they would give her, some pleasantries. Some, oh, hey, how you doing? Fake nice. But that's it. And she's upset about it. That's the true reason of why she hit Candace with everything that she had in her, because she's kind of jealous of Candace. And I didn't see it before, but I'm seeing it now. And a lot of you guys actually said it in like a few episodes prior that Monique is jealous that Candace is in with Robyn and Gizelle and that she's not. And I have to say, kudos to you guys, because when you're right, you're right. And a lot of y'all were right, because you guys did say that. And now with the fight and seeing how Monique is acting and trying to twist everything around, I now see that that's the reason why this fight even occurred. I like people who keep it real. I like people who are not swayed by somebody's position, social standing, financial status. They're going to keep it real with you no matter what. And the pastor kept it real with her no matter what. And he told her some stuff that she did not want to hear. And he told her the truth. That do not blame that girl. That was all you. You wanted to fight her. Nobody can get you out of character except you. Chris Samuels, thank you for having a little bit of sense in that family, because kudos to you for wanting to make things right with Chris and Candace and wanting to call them and trying to apologize to them, because you know that your wife is dead wrong. Chris is more disgusted with Monique than we even know. He's trying to save face and not embarrass his wife completely on camera, but his demeanor really showed that he is just too through with her. Guys, I'm going to call it right now. I don't see their marriage lasting. I think that with this season going on, finding out that Monique is not who we, thought she was, I think that Chris is coming to some things. I believe in my heart that the trainer and her had a little something going on. A few of you all DM'd me and gave me the trainer's Instagram handle. The trainer's fine. Fine. Y'all, I don't care what anybody says. Something went down between her and that trainer. And she is scared to death that he's going to open his mouth or and it's all going to come out in the wash. It's all coming out in the wash now that Monique is not who we thought she was. And let's think about this. Why did they fire the trainer? If nothing happened between her and the trainer, they would just say nothing happened, go on about their business, and he would still be her trainer, right? It looks very suspicious to me that the trainer no longer is employed by her. That's very suspicious. Isn't that usually what, a jealous, a scorned husband does when, his wife is having an affair with the pool boy or somebody? They fire them. There's something going on. I also see why Chris's mom had her suspicions and was kind of rude to Monique. It's all making sense because I was reading something on was it like Reddit or one of those forums, and somebody who knew Chris from way back when was saying that the timeline was kind of strange of how him and Monique got together and got married, because they said that he had a girlfriend that he was very much in love with, and then he hired Monique as his personal assistant, and then all of a sudden he's getting married to Monique and not this other lady. And they said that Chris's mom really loved that other woman and she was side-eyeing Monique. This is all alleged. But they said that the mom was looking like, now who's this heifer? Like, huh? So, I won't be surprised. Monique finally admits through a whole bunch of tears that Candace did not deserve it and that she wants to call them up, like Chris has been saying, and apologize for this entire fight. Monique, my dear, is too little, too late. God bless. I hope that you are able to articulate yourself and apologize to that girl at the reunion. This reunion is going to be one for the books, okay? I'm just ready. I don't care about episodes 12 through 20, okay? Let's get to the reunion. Chop, chop. The folks at Bravo, I know you watch my videos. That's another story for another day, but I know that you do. And hey, listen to me. I want to see the trainer, Charisse, Gigi. I want a heartfelt apology from Monique. I want Lottie Dottie, everybody there, okay, to get everything straight, because Monique's story is not making sense. She's looking crazier than a soup sandwich. Bring everybody out, okay, because it ain't looking good for Miss Samuels. Mess. Just a mess. Karen, the episode really focused a lot on her. We see her going back to her roots, and she is from Surry, Virginia, and they said it was like 2 hours away from Potomac. So they all go out there. Well, not all of them, just her, Gizelle, and Ashley. And they see, a different side of Karen. They see this girl who grew up from a small town and, made her way to become the Grand Dame of Potomac. And it was a cute scene. I actually don't really want to get into it too much because a lot of it kind of got me emotional. Seeing Karen with, her family, and then talking about how her parents passed away 7 months within the year. And then when she started crying about that, and that scene when she went to the church, that had me in a ball of tears. So I was crying. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to dwell too much on the whole Karen stuff, y'all. I don't want to be crying on the camera. But it was really nice to see Karen in the parade. She was in a red Bentley and she was waving like Miss America, honey. It was a really cute moment. It's always a really nice thing to see somebody, make it, they changed their life for the better. She came from humble beginnings and now she is a reality star with her own perfume line. She married a man who has a coin, and it was just really touching to see Karen in all her glory and splendor come back home and see her family again. And a fun fact, my grandma and Ray's mother, Karen's mother-in-law, went to the same church, okay? And they were the best of friends. I'm going to try to find a picture of it and show y'all one day. But they were friends. So I remember when this show first aired, and she said Odessa Huger, and my mom said, "Oh my gosh, like that's, mommy's, that was her friend, like that, we went to church with them." Like, so it's so crazy how small the world is. But yeah, guys, so I said, "Oh, look at me, honey, I have a real connection to Miss Karen Huger." So I just thought I would add that in there. But yeah, no, it was really touching to see Karen come back home and spend time with her family and show the other ladies where she came from, and, got her foundation. And it was just really touching. So that was nice to see. I have to say, what kind of got me annoyed throughout the episode was Ashley and Gizelle's snarky comments about how Karen was from the country and moved to the big city. Like, I thought that it was very unnecessary for them to keep saying in their confessionals that Karen didn't grow up like this, she didn't grow up well, and that she is a small town girl. Like, that's not needed. Like, it doesn't matter how you start, it's all about how you finish, okay? Like, Karen's not the first person in the world to go from humble beginnings to now rich and doing well and living glamorously. Like, I thought it was kind of weird how they had to keep bringing that up. And then at the parade, when Ashley was like, I can see why couples get divorced because, Karen went from a small, town girl to now she's doing well, and Ray is on a completely different, train of thought. He wants to just like move away and just relax and not be all caught up in this, fame and TV life. Gizelle kept saying, yeah, I don't know why Karen acts like she couldn't deal with, living in a small town because she comes from here. Why is that something to say? Like, Karen didn't want to live in a small town all her life. Like, she knew that she always wanted more out of her life, and that's okay. Like, I just find it really weird when people do that to somebody who came from nothing and now they've made themselves into something. It's like, is it jealousy? Like, what is it? It was just very that conversation was very strange to me. The constant digs about her being from, a farm and now she made it. Like, that was just kind of weird because it wasn't like, they weren't saying it nicely. There was a lot of shade attached to that, and I caught it, and I did not like that. And then, Ashley comparing her marriage to Karen's marriage and, throwing out divorce. I said, Ashley, just stop it already. We already know that you and Michael are not going to stand the test of time. Season 6, season 7, you're going to be filing for divorce from that man. So just stop it. We all know that marriage isn't lasting. You're about to get your 50% of his assets and take that money and ride off into the sunset with a fine man your own age. So you're not fooling nobody. So girl, please, enough about them. We see Candace, she is still shaken up about this whole chain of events, and rightfully so. I would be shaken up too. That's traumatizing. We see her putting out a really nice spread of food. She has the bread and cheese and crackers and fresh fruit and wine and lemonade. It was really laid out just so nicely. Robyn comes over. So Robyn asks her, "Hey girl, how you doing? How's everything been?" And Candace is like, "Look, it's still a whirlwind. Like, I'm still shaken up about it. How are you doing?" Robyn says, "You know that we went to Karen's house to have this big meeting with Monique, and Monique pretty much said that she's not remorseful about what she did to you." And Candace just burst out crying, and rightfully so, because it's like, this is somebody that you consider to be a sister to you, and now they go upside your head, and now they're saying they don't even care, they don't feel bad about it at all. And it's like, it's just such a mess. It really is a mess. It's just so sad to see. And listen, I completely agree with Miss Dorothy when her and Candace went down to see the doggies later on in the episode, and Miss Dorothy said, "Honey, we don't play down in the gutter. We lawyer up." I said, "That's right, Miss Dorothy. We lawyer up, honey. I'm not going down in the gutter with nobody, okay? I'm lawyering up. I will sue your behind, and you gonna be in jail if you touch me, okay?" So, Miss Dorothy, I completely agree with you. Candace, listen to your mama this time. She's absolutely right. And if anybody should ever try you again, Don't even do nothing back, honey. Just sit there, like I said, fall out, scream, show up the next day in a neck brace, and sue and get the money. I'm silly, but I'm serious, okay? Y'all gotta listen to me one day. I have some really good advice. I know what I'm talking about. Robyn ends up saying to her, you know, and Karen has disappointed me because Karen is still trying to straddle the fence. And I don't think that that's cool because, you know, she's telling Monique, you know, I'm still going to stand by you. And she should be telling Monique that she's dead wrong. And I agree with Robyn. I've told you guys in a previous video how I feel about trying to straddle the fence and be friends with people who are beefing. I don't believe in that. You need to pick a side. I don't believe in that. I'm loyal to people. If you are my friend and somebody has beef with you, I have beef with them too, you know, and I expect the same in return. If somebody doesn't like me, I'm gonna need you as my friend to not like them either. I don't believe in all that. We're all adults, you know, that's your problem. No, I don't agree with all that. If somebody doesn't like me, you don't like them either. And guys, I'm not debating on what I said. If you feel differently, that's fine, but this is just how I feel. So Candace was like, you know, Karen is kind of getting on my nerves with that. Like, Candace was kind of annoyed because Candace said when she was on the phone with me, she's telling me, you know, if I were you, I would press charges against Monique. So Candace is kind of thinking like, which one is it? Are you team Candace or are you team Monique? And Candace, I completely understand. So after they get done talking about that, they go on to Robyn's tax issues. Now, you know that Robyn owed like $90,000 to the IRS. It was all over the blogs last year. And Candace was kind of like, are you okay? Like, how does Juan feel? And she's like, look, I messed up. You know, I tried to be my own accountant and I'm a poor accountant at that. And, you know, I also forgot to tell the IRS about some other income that I made. And I was like, girl, how you forget to tell the IRS that you had all this other extra income, huh? And it was funny how Candace brought up when Robyn was grilling Karen, when Karen and Ray were having tax issues. And that's another thing. Be careful when you try to shade somebody and try to shame somebody. Make sure that all your stuff is in order because look at this. Less than 2 years later, now you're in the same boat as Karen and Ray. And now it's not so fun, isn't it? No, be careful, girl, because life has a funny way of humbling folks and you'll be in the same boat you were talking about somebody else. So yeah, keep it cute. And speaking of Robyn and speaking about one of the themes of this episode being role play, we see Robyn trying to be sexy with Juan. And so they meet up at a restaurant. Juan's already there sipping his drink. And she comes in with this. And I thought the dress was really sexy. I said, okay. Because I feel like Potomac is the worst dress franchise. But Robyn looked really cute, I thought, in this getup. She had a really sexy dress on. I thought the heels were gorgeous. I think they were YSL, but they were just stunning. She come in with a long, dark, black wig, and she looked cute. I said, okay, Robyn. Now, if Robyn would have if she would have just gotten into the character a little bit more and not been so shy and jittery, she could have really pulled it off because she was so nervous, and you could tell that, like, Juan was turned on. He liked the look, but he was also kind of, like, awkward because she was so awkward. And I was like, Robyn, don't be so awkward. Like, I think that people have a very, I guess, they don't really know how to be sexy. And like being sexy, a big part of it and having sex appeal is liking who you are and being comfortable in your skin, you know, and also adding some, you know, like some flavor to it. You know, all she had to do was just be cool. Like, oh, hey, daddy, like, how you doing? Like something like sexy like that. Like she was just so nervous with it. It was like, girl, like she should have taken a shot of something before she went because she was so jittery. I was like, Robyn, you tried though. She looked cute. But yeah, I was like, girl, you should have added some more flavor to it just to really, you know, have him all hot and bothered. I said, come on, like, come on, you know, a little hair flip and, you know, a little... That's another video. I'm going to give you another video on that later. No, but I thought that scene was cute. It brought some humor to a very heavy episode, I felt. And, you know, he liked the look because he was really turned on by it. And then she kind of brought the mood down when she brought up the whole tax issue. And you could tell he was over it. He was not amused. He did not want to talk about it. And then finally, he's like, look, it's going to be okay, child. Like, calm down. They share a kiss and they go back to their little flirting. So that scene was cute. The last scene, I guess, that I really wanted to talk about was Wendy meeting up with her big sister, Ivy. And she is just kind of like a ball of emotions because she doesn't know how to tell her mom that she doesn't really want to be a professor anymore. She wants to just chase her passion and really find out what she wants to do. And her sister was giving her sound advice. We find out that her sister is a surgeon, very accomplished, very well educated. And she was asking her sister for advice, like how to approach the mom. And they were sitting there joking. And I was a little bit annoyed watching this scene because I kind of feel like, as a grown adult, you shouldn't be that, I don't really think you should be that invested or that nervous about what your parents are going to say about your decisions. You know, she's a grown woman. There should come a point where, you know, it's like, okay, if you support me, you support this decision, you know, if you're proud of me, if you're proud of this decision, that's great. But if you're not, that's okay too. You know, the world's not going to die if your parents don't agree or, you know, don't validate your decisions. Like, you're grown. Wendy, if you do happen to watch this, because a lot of the housewives actually do watch my videos, and we're going to talk about that in another video, but I digress. Wendy, if you do watch my video, please know that you are grown. You can do what you want. Life is short, okay? You only have one life. Your mom cannot live your life for you. Your dad cannot live it for you. Your spouse can't live it for you. Your kids can't live it for you. You know, you also cannot live for other people. You can't live for people's approval because you will be very hurt in this life if you depend on people's validation. Everybody's not going to celebrate you. You know, everybody's not going to validate you. Sometimes friends and loved ones and parents are not going to be supportive of your decision, and that cannot deter you into doing what you want to do for your life. Wendy, I think you're like 38, 39. Live your life for you. Life is too short to be worried about what your mom's going to think. It really is. You know, your mom had her life, you know, I mean, she's still alive, but you know what I'm saying? You know, she had her youth, you know what I'm saying, to do what she wanted to do. It's your turn to do the same. So, folks, please, if you want to move somewhere, if you want to try a new hairstyle, if you want to make a blog, if you want to write a book, stop looking for people's approval on your life. It's your life. Only get one. We don't get a do-over in this life. I don't know if you get a do-over, but if you do, I guess we'll find out, right? But from what I know, you don't get a do-over on life. So please live life for you. So when Wendy was, you know, getting nervous about how should she approach the mom, I was like, girl, if you don't stop it and do what you want to do and make yourself happy, your mom will either come around or she won't, but you'll be okay. That is the end of this recap. This was a really great episode. I think that they hit on a lot of great points. I was thoroughly entertained, and I cannot wait for next week's episode. I will see you all later. And you guys know the drill. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because you guys know we get down in the comments. We have a grand old time. So see you later, guys. Bye.